Kaikara France versus Brandon Royval is a flyweight bout. Kaikara France has achieved a record of 21 wins, 8 losses. Brandon Royval has achieved a record of 1 win, 4 losses. Alright, so first off, Kaikara France is currently 27 and a half years old, and Brandon Royval has just turned 28 years old, which means there is not going to be an age advantage in this fight. Now, Kaikara France is 5'4", has a reach of 66 and a half inches, but Brandon Royval has a reach of 70 and a half inches and has a height of 5 feet 9 inches. Alright, so Kaikara France started his career off pretty okay, as he actually ended up winning his first fight, but after that first win, ended up losing his next two, one by third round KO, came back with a first round guillotine choke, a unanimous decision win, but in his next fight after that, ended up losing by unanimous decision. After that third loss, he came back with a first round head kick KO, 2 unanimous decisions, another unanimous decision, but he actually ended up losing his next 3 fights, 2 by first round submission and 1 by unanimous decision. After those 3 losses, he came back with a first round KO, another first round KO, another first round KO, another first round KO, another first round KO, but in his next fight against Tatsumutsuka Wada, he ended up losing by unanimous decision. After that loss, he came back with a third round KO, a first round KO, a unanimous decision, another unanimous decision, a rear naked choke, which got him into the UFC, where he actually ended up fighting Elias Garcia, who he ended up beating by unanimous decision. After that win, he just kept on winning with a very close split decision win over Raulian Paiva and a unanimous decision win over Mark De La Rosa. After those first 3 wins inside of the UFC, he got his biggest step up against Brandon Moreno, who he ended up losing to by unanimous decision. After that loss, in his most recent fight against Tyson Nam, he came back with a unanimous decision win. Alright guys, now let's take a look at his opponent, Brandon Royval. Alright, so Brandon Royval had a pretty good start to his career with a nice first round KO, but in his next fight after that, ended up losing by unanimous decision. After that first loss in MMA, he came back with a first round triangle choke, a first round KO, but in his next fight after that, ended up losing by unanimous decision. After that second loss, he came back with a first round arm triangle choke and a first round armbar submission, but in his next fight against Nick Urso inside of the LFA, he ended up losing by split decision. After that loss, he came back with a second round triangle choke over Demetrius Wilson. Now, after that win, he just kept on winning, as in his next fight against Jerome Rivera, who is doing very good in the UFC right now, he ended up winning by first round TKO because Jerome Rivera actually got injured in the fight. After those 2 wins inside of the LFA, he got one more win, that time by unanimous decision, but in his next fight in a title bout against Casey Kenny, he ended up getting the loss by unanimous decision. After that loss, he came back with a first round arm triangle choke submission and a first round armbar submission, which got him to the UFC, where he ended up beating Tim Elliott by second round arm triangle choke submission. Alright guys, so this fight, it really seems like it's a big step up for Brandon Royval. He did just be a pretty good fighter in Tim Elliott, but I don't know if this is going to be a good enough matchup for Kaikara France. Kaikara France, he's an absolute beast. 21 wins, 8 losses, with most of those losses coming earlier in his career. And he's since then picked it up, as he would, in his last, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights, he has gone 9-1, which is absolutely amazing. And the only loss in that span was against Brandon Moreno, who is a top flyweight in the UFC right now. So I just think Kaikara France's experience, not to mention his power on the feet, and the fact that I think he can get away from Royval submissions, I really think those are the perfect ingredients for Kaikara France to win this fight by unanimous decision. Alright, if you agree, disagree, or have something to say, make sure to put in the comment section below, and I'll respect to every single one of those comments. Make sure to like, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the absolute best MMA content out there. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.